think as a father, not having played cricket myself, I played a bit of rugby. I look at him and I know this is a big stage, but I know that for him to have a big knock is important, but it's more important for the team to win. So he would rather make no runs and the team wins than make runs and the team lose. So I think that's very important for him as a person. He wants to play for the team, but yeah, for me, absolute privilege and honor to be here and to be part of this, this moment for him. I think he's a very focused individual. And the good thing for me about his cricket was that, I'd never had to motivate him to practice. We were fortunate enough to have a cricket net inside the house, so he could literally practice like 24/7 if he wanted. And he was just always wanting to improve and playing with his brothers and just really having a passion for the game. So it was never like for him. It was never like he needed to go and do this, looking at the how tough it's going to be. For him, it was literally like it's just fun. It's just fun. But I can tell you a beautiful story about him. So he was like 5 years old when he started, and he's quite focused. So I used to go to work, and then I said to him, "Okay, today you have to bowl 100 balls, and then you must mark every ball on a piece of paper, and tell me, this one hit the stump, which stump it hit." And I would come back home, and every ball was actually marked, and so that was fun. Oh yeah, we just we've had funny moments, but I can tell you, as a very youngster, I used to train him. So we'd be like 3-4 years old, and we'd be on the beach, and I would kick a rugby ball like 20 meters in the air, and then he had to catch it. And sometimes the ball hits him in the face and everything, but he never gave up. He just keep on fighting. So those are just family memories that we really treasure. But yeah, I'm actually, after this tournament, I'm going to spend 3-4 days with him, just me and him, alone time, because it's very special. But yeah, it's that's what it is. I don't know if you're a parent, but every parent wants his child to do what the parent did. But fortunately enough, I learned after some time, because I was coaching him as a rugby player from the age of 5, and I just learned, his passion is cricket, and in the end, it's his passion. It shouldn't be my passion. I think too often parents are trying to relive their dream through the child. So when he took on to cricket, that was his game. He still played a bit of rugby, but actually cricket was his game. So his lucky number is 24. And then my one son's lucky number is 21. The other son's lucky number is 18. And the other son's lucky number is, my lucky number is 13. So if you add all of that, it's 76. So his number used to be 24, literally like 8 years ago, but now it's 76. Representing, all the brothers and myself, in that number, and himself.
Yeah, so like I said, Leus was one of the most talented players that I experienced at the school. He already played in his grade 8 year, played for the first team. Joburg and myself actually had a discussion on him. Must he play, mustn't he play, is he too young? But like we say, if he's good enough, he can play. And in that year, against all the big schools, Leus scored a 50 against all those, big name schools in Pretoria. So he was definitely talented and good enough to play in that side. So in his grade 11 year, he actually took over as captain. Leus is a kind of lead by example captain. Always gave it his all. I think him and the coach at that stage, Dion, also had a very good relation, so that worked very well for the team. Yeah, it's wonderful. Like I said earlier, the school is very proud of its old boys and their players, so it's amazing to see them. Actually saw his dad and his dad's brother the other night wearing shirts of Leus, so that was quite funny to see, but yeah, that's the support that they give their child, so yes.
I think as a family, the one thing I can say about the kids, they all want, the other, two brothers and the sister every one of them want each one of the kids to do well. And I'm very fortunate with that. You know, the kids they are supporting each other. Sometimes kids can, you know, be different, but in this case, literally, they are as excited as he is. You know, and for us as a family, we're very, you know, very proud of him. You know, as a person and as a cricketer, and yeah, we just want to support him as much as we can. I think, I mean, his dream is always to play international cricket. I mean, that's his dream. So when the opportunity came with England, you know, he took it with both hands, because that's his aim. You know, he's got a real desire to play international cricket, both with the red ball and the white ball. You know, so he's getting that opportunity in England. And I think in England, what is interesting is every week you play against quality players. So you really develop well as a player. So I think for any player who wants to develop, playing in England, playing in those conditions, you know, is the right place to be. Oh wow! I mean, I was watching the auction, you know, and you know, for him, to be very honest, for him, yeah, the money is interesting, but it's not about the money. You know, he really wants to get an opportunity to express himself and show what he can do and to learn. You know, so he just wanted to be in the side to, you know, to partake. But yeah, it was an amazing moment. You know, we were all very proud, and you know, you watch that, you know, that auction, and yeah, just there's no words to describe that. You know, it was very, you know, very special.
Is this the first, you know, SA20 or Joburg Super League match that you were watching?
Oh no, I've been to, I mean, last year literally I went to all the games with the Wanderers. I went to the game in Pretoria. I went to, you know, to the, you know, the semi-final in Pretoria. Yeah, so I'm quite, you know, privileged to be here today. But I'm watching the game again on Saturday at Wanderers, and I was at Wanderers last week. So as much as I can, you know, it's just it's very special to be there when he plays. Look, I mean, again, it's you know, I think he's worked very hard. You know, he's a very humble individual, as you can see. But for him, you know, when the crowd shouts, obviously it's appreciated. But you know, as far as his game is concerned, he's really trying to work hard on having variation in the game. Because I think, you know, if you're one or two dimensional in cricket today, you won't score runs because people will just bowl in your weak areas. So, you know, so I think from that perspective, you know, he's trying to invent, you know, himself and to be able to play, you know, 360. So that's, you know, when those shots, you know, when he plays those shots and they come off, you know, it's a special feeling. Yeah, I mean, cricket, as you know, with cricket, you know, it's not a science. You know, because one day you play well, the next day you don't play well, and you can do everything right and not play well. So I think what I learned through that journey was just to be there for him, not to judge him, just to let him play, you know. And I think what in life, when you face a challenge, you have two options. You know, either you can learn and grow, or you can blame something. So, you know, I was just trying to say to him, don't, you know, choose option one. You know, just grow, like learn from this and back yourself. And I think that's the one thing about him is, doesn't matter, you know, what score he makes. He knows that, you know, he can play and he backs himself. You know, and I think in cricket it's very important because if we think back about the great, you know, Sachin Tendulkar, I think he only made 50 every third game. So if you think about that, you know, as a challenge, imagine you're the best batsman that ever played, and only every third game you do well. Because if you don't make 50, you're not happy. If you make 30, you don't make 50, you're not happy. If you make 10, you don't make 50, you're not happy. You know, so literally imagine 2 out of 3 times going to the office, you have a bad day. That's cricket. So you have to, you know, make peace with that, you know, and start working on accepting it, but actually just keep on believing and, you know, and playing the shots. So that's how, you know, we got through those times. Okay, now I just want to say to him, you know, I'm proud to be called your father. You know, I'm very proud for you as a cricketer, but I'm equally proud for you as a person. That's all.